A lot of interesting people here, a lot of countries, a lot of representatives, speakers. We connected with a lot of wonderful people, and I really appreciate this opportunity.
Global DPI Summit is one of the few places where literally the whole world comes together, right? And secondly, DPI is still so much needed in so many countries.
I was really inspired by how much does the private sector participate.
I think what inspires me the most is to see a group of colleagues, friends, like-minded people discussing very important topics on how digital technologies, especially the DPIs, helps supports government to achieve their goals and their missions and to improve other people's lives.
Obviously, I might be a little bit biased, but my biggest impression was the interview of Kitsoft CEO I had, and how much actually private sector engagement is pulling off in Ukraine, but also then scale to global.
The ideas that are emerging out of various discussions, which are really going to impact a lot of people out there in the world.
It's very inspiring to see a community that's so collaborative and ready to share and really passionate about digital public infrastructure and believe we can bring change.
Digital sovereignty is when a country is able to own the technology in terms of design, deployment, operation, and evolution.
It means the ability to control your future.
We own our data, we own our infrastructures, and we make the local people contribute to those applications so that tomorrow, if there is something weird, we know that people that has to handle it are here.
Empowering governments and the local ecosystem in building their own digital public infrastructures.
Having the power to choose which technology you might use in your stack, regardless of the context, of the moment, and the problem you're trying to solve.
It is about capacity. Different teams building products, but with open standards on the open platforms, and they are well trained and they cooperate. Then it will be really good result. And we, Kitsoft, empower this capacity, training our partners to do things on Liquio.
The country must be in control of what they want, and the sovereignty definition for me will be enabling them to have that kind of an access.
The practical ability for the beneficiaries to actually make use of that. So this is always like an inclusion element combined then with practical ability to deliver services.
The EID, it will be the first block that you will need so that the other digital infrastructure makes sense.
I think it's citizen-based solutions like mobile apps, like AI agents that could help citizens navigating complexity for digital services.
In Estonia, the biggest impact we ever had was probably from digital signatures. The fact that I can get anything done and signed in a fully legally valid way in my private life, as an entrepreneur, as a citizen, in government, that's massive.
What would be our own national digital wallet, which will be like the main interface where people will interact with identity and identity-like services.
So there are many, but I would definitely say wallets, education system and beyond. So the possibility of carrying in my wallet all my degrees and all my certifications is already a big change.
All this cannot be done if we cannot exchange data. So I think that the three main building blocks of DPIs, which is ID, payment, and data exchange, are all important.
So from OSE perspective, inclusion is the main word that we are focusing on. That means how do we really make sure that people are included into the service delivery and many aspects that are there.
In Digital Nation, we advise governments on how to do things digital, how to transform digitally, and what we are most keen about these days is how low has the AI adoption become, meaning you can immediately today, even if you're only starting digital, get benefits of AI. So that's where we work the most.
So how do we make people's life better? How do we make sure that my grandma in the village can access citizen services without moving and paying too much.
One is the basic processes and improvement in the experience. So say digital ID and how do I pay the meal of the kids and all that. But then there is the whole other level of how do I use then the big data to improve learning outcomes.
I would say that we need really to ease people's life in the education, in the health, and also administrative stuff they are dealing on a day-to-day basis.
First is data, because we need to get data right if we want to do everything right. And the second one will be payments. How we can do better government payments to provide better services to the people as well.
I'm most excited to solve challenges of how to use components that we created for Ukraine, that created for other countries, how to use them for African countries, how to use them for Latin American countries, where they have in common or where they have different, and how we can reuse and adjust components to their specific needs.
Right.
I will stick to inclusion.
Interoperable.
The future of GovTech has to be bright.
It will be inclusive AI.
Inclusive.
Serving people.
Innovation.
Connectivity.